Hi, I'm Eric, and we're about to walk into Myersville Elementary School to meet one of our colleagues who has an infectious spirit. She joyfully welcomes students, staff, and families every day. Let's go inside and meet her. We are inside Myersville Elementary School today with one of our administrative secretaries, Marcia Meredith. Marcia, thank you so much for allowing us a little bit of your time today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I know how busy our administrative secretaries are.
Yes.
So you've been with Frederick County Schools since when?
2008.
2008.
Yes.
So about 15 years now.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us a little bit about what you did before you came to FCPS.
Upon graduation, I entered the workforce as a business major into Staples as a manager. And that took me out of the workforce when I found I was expecting twins because daycare would have been a little much, to stay in the workforce. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 13 years before coming to FCPS.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
And so since being here as a part of the FCPS team, what are some of the roles that you've served in? What schools have you served in?
So I started off as a sub. So I would go around the county subbing at various schools and kind of landed at Hillcrest Elementary and loved it there. And then an opportunity came up that one of their secretaries was retiring and interviewed for the job and got it as an attendance secretary. And then maybe like a year or two later, the enrollment secretary was leaving and interviewed for that and shifted over to that. And then a few years later, the admin secretary decided to take a different position. And I interviewed for that and ended up as the admin secretary.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
How'd you like your time as a substitute teacher?
It was interesting. Being a mom of 9 children, I feel like I've taught a whole lot, but it was different being in a classroom with different personalities like that, especially 20, 30-something kids. So some days posted challenges, but went in there with a clear head and said, I'm gonna give my best and do my best for the children.
Yeah, I remember my substitute teaching days as well. No day is exactly the same.
Exactly.
It's a little bit different. You have to be on your game all the time.
All the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
So you've had multiple experiences working in the front office.
Yes.
And I think you and I first met when you were serving at Hillcrest
Yes.
Elementary School.
Yes, sir.
So talk about what is it like being in the front office of a school day in and day out?
Very busy. You're kind of the pulse of the school. You're the first face that families see, so you want to make sure that you give a good impression. You want to make sure they feel welcome, that they can come to you for anything, and then getting them to where they need to be, whatever, if it's a teacher they need to speak to or administrator they need to sit down with, you just try to figure that out and get them to the proper place. But I would say overall just make it a welcoming environment, because I've had those experiences as a mom going into a front office where it wasn't friendly and welcoming. So that's something I definitely wanted to do.
Yeah, that's so important.
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. Our front office staff, they are the face of the school.
Yes.
And you get a feel as soon as you walk in that office.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most
So
definitely.
thank you for making sure that feel that we get whenever we walk into Myersville is a wonderful one.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
So what are some of the duties? You talked about an attendance secretary.
Yes.
You talked about other secretarial roles within the front office.
Yes.
Can you speak specifically about each of those roles and what it
Well,
entails?
for my role here as an administrative secretary, payroll, being an extension of the principal, her secretary, whatever she needs. I would say definitely just making sure the teachers have what they need, ordering things, making sure supplies are, in place, and just being an extra face that the parents would see when they come in. The other secretary, she is more so in charge of enrollment and attendance, but in her absence, I would handle those things because I am familiar with it. So
how important is it that those teams work together?
very important, because if I didn't know the pieces of her job, things would get left, or I would kind of fumble through it or possibly mess it up. So I think it's good to cross-train, just to be aware of the things that may need to happen in the absence of someone. There are things that I may not be able to do for her, or she may not be able to do for me, but we do our best to make sure that we're there for each other and work well together.
And that's key.
Yes, definitely.
So you talked about the role that you serve in supporting the principal of the school.
Yes.
How do you support the rest of the staff?
Just be there when they need something. I might get an email, Marcia, I'm out of paper, or a parent might be coming up to get these supplies. Can you come and grab them from the office or put them in the front office for me? Just being there however they need it. The roles, the needs change all the time, but just being flexible and willing to help them in whatever way they can, whatever way I can. Because I want their job to be easier. They have the huge responsibility of teaching the kids. So if it's something I can do to help meet a need, I do my best to do that.
And you're in a school.
Yes.
So how do you support our students?
Just being a friendly face. If they come to the office and they have a boo-boo or they, are upset about something, just connecting with them. I try to know every kid's name I want to know their name. I don't want to, what's your name again? So I make it a point to ask and remember names. Families that come in, I want to know how the siblings are doing. So when the kids leave, I can say, hey, Johnny, how's your big sister doing in middle school? And they'll tell me, So I want to connect with the families in that way. Yeah.
And that's so important. So let me ask you this question. You talked about the various roles that you've had in the past and how that informs the work that you do now, being a parent, a parent of 9.
Yes.
So all your children are also FCPS graduates, correct?
Yes, all Frederick High graduates. So my last graduated last year. So I had my first graduated in 2011 and the last graduated in 2022.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's big.
It is huge. It is huge. I even teased the athletic director. They need to name a hall after us, saying the Meredith Hall.
Exactly. Hey, that's not a bad idea, right? So you talked a little bit about how being a parent of FCPS students also informs the work that you do and making sure that you create a welcoming environment for students and for their families.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you can connect with as far as being an FCPS parent and how that informs your work?
I would say with just my interactions with the front office or even volunteering, you kind of get a chance to see what happens behind the scenes. And as a parent, I know that it's not the school's role only to educate my child, but also mine. So being able to see teachers in action and IAs in action, you're like, wow, there's a lot of pieces that I don't see. And what is my part in making sure that my child is successful? So I took all of that very seriously as a parent. And then coming in as a now employee, I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to support anybody in the school so that the child is successful.
Thank you for that. That's a great reminder.
Yeah.
So what do you love most about the work that you do?
I would say it's, okay, so I'm going to couple it with where I work. This community is amazing. You have grandparents that went here, and then the parents went here, and then now the students, it's just a family. So not that I didn't feel that anywhere else. I think because of the smaller number and the small town feel, you just get that vibe when you get in here. So it's a wonderful place to be. It's great outside. You see the mountains. It's just a wonderful place. I love the families that I've encountered and the staff that I've worked with. It's been a wonderful experience here. Yeah.
I think that small town feel, that says a lot.
Yes.
So thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
What would you like the community to know about the work that you and our other administrative secretaries play throughout the school system that maybe we don't know?
Well, I don't think I've encountered many people that think my job is easy, because the front office is like the central location of everything happening. The phones are ringing, the emails are coming, the parents are coming in, and you kind of have to be able to multitask and handle all that all very well. And I would say that I've experienced more grace from families saying, wow, I mean, you're always doing something, They'll see me on the phone and they'll see me typing with my left hand and I'm like, okay, give me 1 second, and I'll buzz another person. It's ongoing. So I would say that I've never felt someone's taken my job lightly. If anything, I've been applauded for the effort that I've made. And secretaries around the county, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And we do support each other through email or phone calls. And I have a few key employees that I will reach out to if I needed anything. So it's good that we can network in that way and rely on each other for resources. If it's something that I haven't come across, even in my 15 years, there might be something new. Or if it's something that I don't do on a regular basis that I may have forgotten, that we can help each other out in that regard. So, I mean, I just love my community. They treat me well, they take care of me and make me feel like I'm a part of the family.
Well, that's awesome. Marcia's enthusiasm for what she does radiates from her. When you walk into Myersville Elementary School, you are welcomed with a warm smile and a sense of belonging. Marcia's ability to multitask, all while making sure our students and their families are taken care of, is commendable. In addition, Marcia assists administrators, teachers, and all other staff within Myersville Elementary School. She works well with her team and reiterated to me the importance of working together. The love Marcia shows for our students, their families, and staff, along with the Myersville community, is heartwarming. What Marcia does on a daily basis is essential to Frederick County Public Schools. Can you talk a little bit about the professional learning that you and other administrative secretaries receive throughout the school system? Because you mentioned that even though you're here at Myersville Elementary School, you may be in contact with other administrative secretaries in other schools for support.
Yes.
Along with that, what kind of professional learning do you receive in order to continue to do your job effectively?
Okay, so we always have the summer in service, if you will, that we can attend and learn about different budget items that are coming up that's different. Also, since COVID, we do a lot of Google Meets, so we can jump on the line and learn new information if there's any changes with eSchool or Power School or anything like that. So again, if there's something that I'm missing, usually I have a resource and another secretary that I can reach out to and say, hey, have you come across this? Can you give me some insight? Or I dial the help desk and they're always helpful.
Yeah. So nobody on the FCPS team is alone
No.
unless they choose to be alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have a lot of support no
Yes,
matter
sir.
what role we serve in.
Yes.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to share?
I think I'm good. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.
It was wonderful being here at Myersville Elementary School today. I enjoyed speaking with Marcia and learning more about what she does to support staff, students, and their families each and every day. It's a multifaceted role that she serves in, and she can't do it without the support of her team, not just in the building, but with other administrative secretaries across FCPS. They all play a vital role in ensuring that they create a safe, warm, welcoming environment for each and every student each and every day. Well, everyone, that's it for season 2 of Essential. And one of the key things that I learn each and every time I speak with one of our colleagues is the role that they play in serving our students each and every day, but also in the importance of teamwork. And so we look forward to being with you next year, but when thinking about teams, I have to think about the PA team. And this is an essential part of what we do every day in FCPS to communicate effectively with each and every one of you. And so I want to thank the PA audio video production team for the work that they do. Jeremy J, Amelia, Jeremy E, and our intern Chloe. So thankful for the work that you all do each and every day. And we look forward to being with you next season on Essentials. Until then, everyone, please continue to take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be well.